Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Dearly seniors that listen here, greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. And remember, no matter who you are valid, and son of a gun, it is indeed a brand new day. It is, well, it seems to be bright and sunny outside, and probably quite warm. It was warm when I went out for my early morning walkies, around 9:30. And it was gray and overcast, but it's been starting out days that way here. Gray, overcast, then it gets sunny, then luckily it cools down at night. So thank goodness for that. Yay! Hopefully you slept well. I slept, and that's a good thing. Didn't sleep great, I never do, but life is life. You deal with what you deal with. Yay! Past that, not a whole lot has happened. It has been, again, warm, so I haven't gone out a whole lot because I have an air conditioning unit in here. Tiny. You know, I have it on at night on high, and if I get up in the morning and go over to my space heater, because we have a heater thing on the wall, if I go and I turn that on just to check, it turns on at 70, which means as cool as it seems, it's still like 70 degrees. So, freezing. Still though, it works, and I'm glad, because that makes it cooler than it is outside, even though we have a lot of wind around here. Thank goodness for that. Also, just to mention this, another thing that we have around here is like those blackberry / raspberry / wild, you know, vines that grow up. You can pick the berries, but they're still poker vines. And there's a lot of places, like I made a video about these old pipes that are sitting in one section of the forest covered in moss. Well, they're getting a lot of those bushes growing around in the way to get in there, which means pretty soon it's only just going to be bushes and no way to get in there, because once those things get in, you got to work hard to get them out, and otherwise they just take over. And there's a lot of places I've noticed that have a lot of those growing in, so here's a hoping. I like walking through forested areas. I don't like it when I can't. And so things like those bushes, as nice as they are, as much as they fit in with the rest of the world, if they stop me from doing what I want, I get irate. Now the other thing that I keep trying to mention, back in English, is I showed on a shorts the Blighted Wasteland, and I've talked about the Blighted Wasteland, and I've even made a video when I dragged my camera, this thing, my tablet, up into this area where they had a lot of trees, and then they cut the trees down, and then the logs just lay down, fell to the ground. They put branches into piles and then just left it all to dry out and rot. And over the years, those things are just getting bleached out. And more, there are logs that aren't logs anymore. They're just piles of crunched, dried out wood. There are some areas around it where you can tell there used to be a log like that there. Nothing has grown up where it was yet, but it's starting to. And there's a couple of those that, again, they're just piles of the crumbled wood. Now, I've been walking through there. And of course, when I walk through there, that means I have to walk on things. So I've crunched branches. I've smushed those piles of the wood stuff. I've even stepped on a stump made out of that stuff that's right in the middle of one area, and it broke the stump apart. So I've been continuing the damage on those things as I walk through to see the damage that's done. And yet, when these things were just left, they were left to nature to take care of. And through the years, nature has been taking care of them. They've been getting rained on, and the sun has been bleaching them, and animals have been coming around, and insects have been eating them and digging on them. All parts of nature. I'm a part of nature too. We are a part of nature. The things that we do are different in degree only from what every other creature on the planet does. It's just we know how to do it better. But we're still a part of nature. And so when I walk through there crunching on the wood and destroying it just a bit more, I'm just doing what everything else does. I'm a part of nature, advancing its destruction, releasing its carefully hoarded resources back to the world. It's just one of those things I've been thinking of. Also, as well, I watched this one video that mentioned what is the biggest thing that's helped us dominate the planet the way that we have? We are excellent to the point of ridiculousness. Resource hoarders, creators, and like disseminators. We create resources like crazy. And if you say, how do you create resources? Farms. We create resources by planting seeds and making food. We are really good at creating resources. We are really good at going out and gathering those resources. We are really good at storing those resources. It's our superpower. That is pretty much what did the trick. So yeah, we are monsters. Not really, of course. Again, we are parts of nature. It's just each species has something that it specializes in, and we as generalists are also excellent resource gatherers and hoarders. So when you see a neighbor that's a hoarder, well, they're just continuing to superpower their way into a bad zone, in a manner of speaking. Past that, I have not been doing a whole lot. I've been surviving, and that's good. But one thing that I have done is occasionally I like to spend a few dollars on some useless tat. If I've got a little bit of money I can spend that's not survival oriented, you need to make your life bearable. I like to buy some little pieces of useless tat. Now, unfortunately, when I bought one of these, it is the same as another one that I bought that was like this. You open it all up and it's got a mystery cat in it. Well, unfortunately, this mystery cat is exactly the same as this other mystery cat that I bought. So now I have two of the exact same kind, which is a risk you take when you grab bag style things out of just a big bin of other grab bag style things. When there's only 4, 5, or 6 different designs, the odds of your grabbing duplicates are pretty big. So let's close that one up without breaking it. This one, I like the container, kind of, because it's square. I mean, it's plastic, and that's unfortunate. We're all going to die, and we're killing the planet with us. But inside of it, this is kind of disappointing. This is the one that's not disappointing. This one is soft and squishy. The other one that I'm going to show is not soft and squishy. This one surprised me because it was a mystery. This one's actually, you know, they're soft. Woo, 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 woo. But it's a shark in an inner tube. Yay! And it's cute. I like that. And it's squishy. It's not something you'd want to, like, you know, take to bed with you to sleep with. I mean, you wouldn't want to anyway, it's so small. But what I'm saying is the material is cold and awful. It's not soft and fluffy like a plushie. I mean, you know, there are people that clutch plushies, and you should clutch something when you go to bed, be it a pillow or a plushie or something, to hold up the arm that's not, if you sleep on your side, that's, you know, you sleep on one arm, you hold the other arm up with a plushie or a pillow or whatever, so that it's not hanging and dragging. Also, that helps to reduce your skin-to-skin contact. Another good thing that you can do, and I suggest this, and I will continue to suggest it, is use a pillow to put between your knees. reduce your skin-to-skin contact. Plus, your knees are bony, and your knees laying against each other kind of hurts, doesn't it? So if you put a pillow in there, this is the one that's disappointing. It's a Squishmallow. All the other things here were all squishy and rubbery. This is, well, it's cloth, and I don't know what it is. It's a cloth thing. I mean, I guess it's a mouse, maybe, but it's in, I guess that was a skirt? I don't know. Mice don't normally have horns. Is it a fish? Anyway, it's, like I said, this one's kind of disappointing, but, I mean, the tag is awful, too. But if you got a few bucks and, you know, dedicated to something that's not just sheer survival, you don't just need to survive, you need to thrive as well. And it helps me to thrive to buy little tiny pieces of useless tat. When I went in to buy it, because it was at a GameStop, the computers were kind of down, and the guy behind the thing, while waiting for the stuff to boot back up, was playing with his pieces of useless tat. Told me how he'd gone to a convention and spent like $250 on a whole bunch of, I think it was Transformers stuff. And so, cool. Useless tat for the win. And but past that, I've just been playing games and, well, let's not make that too much of a plural. Largely, I think yesterday it was, I think, some Fallout 3, maybe some New Vegas, and the grocery store simulator. I wish I had a computer strong enough to play gas station simulator, because I've got gas station simulator, and no computer I have had yet has been, well, this one right now will play it in slightly more than screenshots, but every other one I've had before just plays it in screenshots, which isn't the computer's fault. The game is an unorganized mess. It's not optimized at all. So that's one of the problems. And of course, I'm going to mention this. Finally, in the comment section, I don't care if you disagree with me violently, as long as you're not abusive. And as long as you're not abusive, I will let you say a lot of things. But the moment you become abusive, then you're gone. And there was someone in the comments that has been here for a time, and unfortunately they went in from skirting the line into just straight on abuse, and no, that doesn't go. You can, like I say, you can disagree with me violently. I don't have to like what you say, and you don't have to like what I say. But as long as you're not abusive, that's fine. You know, if I don't like it, but it's not abusive, and I don't agree with it, I may not heart it, but it's still going to be there. But the moment it becomes abuse, no. And especially on this one. I talk about this laptop that I've got as being a nice piece of equipment. It doesn't do what I would like it to do, but the stuff that it does is great. That's awesome. Without this laptop here, I would be trapped with just this tablet. And that would be, oh my God, that was awful. So this is a great piece of equipment. The other laptop I had to stop using because the wireless adapter broke. I can't connect it to anything. It is stuck in time. No more Windows updates, no more Steam updates to any of the games. It's just stuck. And it's been falling apart for a while, so the fact that the wireless adapter went before any of the other stuff, oh yeah, that broke. And then there's my desktop unit that's broke in my storage. Desktop computer that's in my storage unit, because while it didn't technically break, I don't know if the CPU is functional or if the motherboard is functional. I need a professional to take a look at it, and right now it's basically just a case. So, yeah. So, yay on that. But there we are. Still, I don't like doing that. It bothers me when I have to, but I no on the abuse. Like I say, disagree with me violently, especially on this one. With my opinion and such, would disagree with me violently. You don't have to like what I say. Again, I don't have to like what you say, but as long as we're not abusive, that's fine, because my opinion shouldn't sway anybody. Make up your own mind on things, especially important stuff. If I say anything at all, Google that to make sure that it's true. There are a lot of times I've been wanting to talk about something, but thank goodness I stapled my mouth shut until I could Google it. So, anything I say, double check. I'm not trying to put myself as some arbiter of truth and justice. I am not. I am a foolish older man who is looking at the world and just trying to get through life now, while trying to be as creative as possible, because I'll try to get back to my creative subjects if my ADHD will let me. But yeah, no, my opinion is just my opinion. It shouldn't really change yours unless you decide to look up the things I talk about and go, hey, you know, got a point. But past that, which was sort of ADHD for the win. When I went in to pay for my storage unit, the person that's behind the counter, the guy that runs the place and owns the place, he's got a couple sites, I guess that's the word, a couple sites that he has, a lot of places with a lot of units, and there's a lot of people that store stuff. And I don't expect him to know much at all. I mean, I expect him to know his job, that's not what I mean. But we were talking, I was paying for my stuff, and then I'd mentioned the number of my storage unit because, you know, he double checked on name. And he was like, oh, I've got that. It's like, you're a busy man. You know a lot of people. I don't expect anything but just vague recognition out of you. Anything past that is gravy. So, yeah, the fact that I got vague recognition and a little bit more than that, yeah, that was more than I expect. When you've got a lot of people that you're dealing with, and you've got a lot of sites with a lot of stuff you've got, I don't expect you to remember my details. Holy smokes, the fact that you can remember me at all is really good. So, thumbs up on that. So, yeah, I'm hoping to do some more walkies. I get to my storage unit today. Not to do a whole lot, just to try and cool down again to make sure I can try and reduce as much choice paralysis as is possible. So take that from like the number, I don't know how many games I've got up there, but maybe cut it down by 2 or 3 more. Plus I want to go, since it's the beginning of another month, over to the storage unit and swap out another game. So got to get over there and get that done. Past that, just surviving. So hopefully you are doing the same. Oh, because of ADHD, and I wanted to mention this before too, just the other day when I was going out on one of my walkies, I was heading down to that little drainage field area that has all the mint plants, or cat mint, or whatever type of mint plants they are. There were a lot of little birds down there just hopping around and eating bugs. So when I saw that, it was like, oh. And I looked away. I didn't want my predator eyes staring at them and freaking them out, and just left. Because I don't want to interrupt them. They're busy. They're having breakfast. They don't need me scaring them away. So I went and walked away. I also try to do that when birds are next to a sidewalk. You know, I'll try to look away and walk past them so that they don't have to freak out. But at the same time, they should freak out. They should run away because they need to be afraid of people. Don't get used to people being nice, because not all people are nice, and you don't want one of the not nice people getting in range of you. So yeah, as much as I want to make friends with the birds, they need to run away. Except for crows. I want to make friends with crows still. So I need to start carrying around some like cat food or dog food or non-salted, non-roasted peanuts, like raw peanuts, or even roasted but non-salted, so I can toss to the crows when I see them. I want them to associate me with food so that they start thinking me of it as a friend. Yay. Past that, still thinking of the solo RPG setting, which I can't really call it just a solo RPG setting since it's now enough that it could do so more. One thing I've been thinking of, since there are the 3 continents so far, there is Stendhal, where the Goya, basically humans, are. There's Lanlua with the Dwelin, the original group of individuals, effectively the elves. There are the Elvandri that were forced up out of where they used to live, near the core of the planet, and as they were chased up through the millennia, they became who they are now. And on Karthkog, the Hulat. Because of their instinctive connection with the land physical and the land metaphysical, they also, oh God, it's above, I hate ADHD. Because of their connection with the land, they also more understand how the creation of things became. In this particular layer, they needed an amount of good and bad. It is about 50-50. So the world is good, the world is bad. Bad is not bad, it's just dark. Light and dark. But it was needed to make this particular layer. So darkness within you is not bad as long as it's not overtaking you. Being on the light is not a bad or a good thing as long as it's not overtaking you. Balance, right in the middle. The problem, of course, is the darkness is very corrupting. It's like lead. The element lead. The metal lead. One of the big problems with lead is once it gets into your system, it stays there and it damages your brain. And the problem with that especially is when you're a child, it damages your brain as it's developing. So it really, really screws up kids' brains. But it's sweet. Oh, it's sweet. Oh, when you taste it, you want to keep just licking it and putting it in your mouth, and it's sweet. And it's damaging you. And in this layer, the darkness is sweet. And you can get corrupted by that darkness. And then the land gets in and takes care of the issue. There are 3 species of Koth, which were degenerating lines of the Apani people, where they are becoming more and more animalistic because the land took care of them, because they were corrupted by the darkness. But there are those who have a much more deeper connection that are able to more intuitively see things, and there is a type of danger that's Ajak. And you've got to be very careful of that. It's not dark, but it is dangerous. It is Ajak. And it's not darkness. It isn't dark. You can play with it as much as you like. It's likely to kill you, but it's not going to corrupt you. The organic forest, where the settlement of Nagrat is, where everybody with the main character has gone into this place to make their fortune by the West Adania Merchant Group, the organic forest itself is Ajak, because it is so odd. It is essentially the microverse, multiverse written small in a forest. Within that, there is a path that isn't Ajak itself, but it leads to the abandoned city, and that path and the city are severely Ajak. When you get down into this city, it's not abandoned, because you find that all the dead ends are just choked with skeletal human remains, where All of the places where hands could reach are deeply carved and scarred, and all of the skeletons that are closest to the walls, all of their fingers are ground down to this part, so that whatever was forcing them and chasing them into these places so terrified them, they scratched their fingers down to almost their hands trying to get out. And there's hundreds of thousands of these skeletal remains in any place that people could be packed. So yeah, it's Odjak. It's not dark, but it'll probably kill you. And so, yeah, people are going down into it to get their fortune. It's not corrupting. It'll probably kill you. And I'm at 25 minutes, so if you're a Patreon patron, thumbs up and thank you. It is appreciated. Your help is awesome. Without you, it would be very, very difficult. I am hoping to get some equipment so I can do more than just record vlogs on my tablet. That would be awesome. Thumbs up for that. Without your help, though, that would be a pipe dream. With your help, it's still difficult, but it is possible if I can get help through my GoFundMe, which is down in the limits, in the descriptor below. I have a $1,500 limit because I don't know how much a good computer will cost. I don't need a mega computer. I just need something that will run, play games, edit videos. So if you could check those out, that'd be awesome. If you've left me a comment, thumbs up and thank you. It is appreciated. As long as you're not abusive, I will thumbs up and heart your comments. If you are abusive, well, you're gone. If you disagree with me violently, you'll stay. I just won't be happy. I don't have to be happy, though. But thumbs up and thank you, each and every one of you. And, of course, I have nothing that I can reach. If you could type cow into the comments, so let me and the YouTube algorithm know that these, I tried to say 5 things at once, that people do in fact watch these videos. That would be awesome. This is gonna edit pretty quick because the light cut edits renders pretty quick. It's not gonna edit quick, it's gonna render quick, but it's still gonna take about 2 hours to upload. So it's 2:30 now. It's going to be late getting this posted because of that. Thumbs up. Anyway, though, I hope you take care and do whatever you need to get done to be happy. If you can't, don't beat yourself up. Just try to do better the next day. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very good thing. So yes, indeed, I hope your day is awesome, and I will talk to you later.